Hey everybody, it's John. Plug my headphones in so you guys can hear me. So I don't prepare for these. I just do them off the cuff. I'm like, oh, I need to journal today. So this is my form of journaling. Today is September 17th. The light is still shining in the darkness, for the darkness has never put it out. John 1:5. One can imagine the struggle of a tiny candle flame to survive the currents of air in dark and drafty house. Likewise, we can imagine the light of hope and faith and goodness fighting to survive the fierce rushing darkness which has swept against it during the centuries. But the light still shines, and today the light in which we have put our faith is exposed to the black clouds and engulfing currents of war, of bitterness, of hate, cruelty, and death. Will the light be extinguished? We are convinced that it will not be. We will not let it be put out. Though we must fight and do devilish things, yet we will keep the light. We will keep it guarded in our minds, in our hearts, in our faith and hope and determination. Yes, by our deeds, and if necessary by our lives, we will help to keep it. For it is the light that counts. It is the light that makes us children of God. It is the light that gives promise to the future, and God is in that light. O God, we are truly glad that we have been permitted to perceive and to appreciate the light of life, the light of better things, which may be the light of hope, of faith, of love, of new worlds to be made, of a new and true way of a redeeming Christ, of thy kingdom on earth. Grant we may never lose the vision or the faith of that light. And no matter what comes or what we must do, help us, O God, to keep the light burning for Jesus' sake. Amen. And I don't know. It applies to me sometimes, I guess. I've done some pretty bad things, but I've always held on to my faith. That's what keeps me going in this kind of environment when I'm in treatment. Hopefully I get paid, but I have everything I need. All my needs are basically met. I might try to get a couple more things today. In fact, I'm probably going to walk over to the nurse's station and be like, hey, can I get into the clothing closet and get some razors so I can shave my dirty face and use the clippers so I can trim off my hair and stuff. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. Oh, God. What are 3 changes you can make to live according to your personal values? And I think one of those changes is obviously separating myself from people who don't live according to my particular values or making concessions for people. In my addiction, I associated with a lot of individuals I wouldn't normally associate with because they had a pathway to getting drugs that I wanted. So I would compromise who I would spend time with. And my dad always told me this. He said, show me a man's friends and I'll show you that man. And so I became, even though I didn't want to be, I started to become like them over time. Because I wasn't raised like that. I wasn't raised in a household where my parents did drugs or committed crimes or did any of that stuff, at least not to my knowledge. Well, my dad had alluded to the fact that maybe when he was younger he did some stuff like that, but when he got older he set aside those things. Another change is obviously changing my lifestyle habits. So if I want to live according to being honest and being honest with myself, I have to create a fellowship around me of men who are honest. And so like going to like recovery meetings or getting a sponsor, which I haven't gotten a sponsor, and I haven't started on my 4th step yet, which I've been like delaying. So I've been distracting myself with my chest progression. Tonight, I'm going to grind to 1300, hopefully. I'm on like 1278 or something like that, ELO, and so I want to try to get to 1300, and I might stream that. I set up my Twitch channel. I'm going to add a link in the description. And by the way, I never mentioned this, but if you're watching my video vlogs, just like and subscribe. Most of the people that only watch these know me personally. So with that being said, I'm going to get off of here. Oh, there's one more. Changes. Try to be more spiritual, more connected. Work on myself. If I value people who work on themselves, I should also work on myself. If I value people, men that are strong and capable, then I need to work on my strength and my ability. And so, basically, practice what I preach, or look to emulate what I admire, and cast aside those things that I no longer admire, that I used to admire. I used to think some of that whole life of, running around, and some people call it running and gunning, was like attractive, or admirable, and romantic almost in a certain kind of way. And our society romanticizes those things, but those things aren't healthy for me. I can't balance the two lifestyles into one. I can't be out there on the streets handling narcotics and committing felonies, without a piece of myself wanting to fill a void with those things, to my detriment. And so that's where I'm at. And thanks for watching. I'm checking tomorrow. Peace.